And we are back. Time for round 5. And boy, do we have a treat. We have Kyle on Luffy versus Andrew on Kid. And that Luffy, that's a cereal Luffy.
That's an earned cereal
That's an
Luffy.
earned cereal Luffy. So this should be pretty interesting. So we're going to go ahead and flip over to the gameplay while they're getting set up. And we'll talk about this match a little bit. So, wow. First thing I got to say, that is a pretty leader.
Yeah, I know you're salivating. You want one. I know you do.
I'm not getting one sitting here.
No, you're on this side of the booth today.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so we have Luffy versus Kid. Now, this is an interesting matchup. We'll see a lot of back and forth in the early game. Kid, I think, is going to be looking to establish an 8-drop and be able to protect it, while Luffy is going to be looking to destroy the 8-drop.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, he's going to have the tools to do it, too, with Atomic Jet Pistol in his deck.
Absolutely, and Ben Beckman, if that's in the deck, that trades very favorably
I will
into
say,
a Kid.
In the games that I've witnessed so far, it really comes down to how much pressure has the Kid player put on the Luffy player before Ben Beckman comes down. That is a pivotal turn.
Absolutely. So do you think you should leave Luffy at 5, or do you think 3 is a magic number?
Attention, players, welcome to round 5. You have 35 minutes. You may begin.
All right, so I'll re-ask the question.
So we are looking for, we're going to look for that damage when it's convenient, but we do have to also clean up the board along the way.
Absolutely. Can't just ignore Zoro.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, even early Nico Robins are good Nico Mamushi targets for you along the way.
Oh, absolutely.
But I think on the green side, it comes down to playing as efficiently as possible.
Yes, for sure. So I think ideally Green's going to be looking to put Luffy to about 3 and then just choke him out.
Yeah,
I think that's a very good place to
but
put
I
him.
do kind of like more spacing it out a little bit.
Yeah.
You swing on that early life, and then you can kind of get them a little bit down on resources, and then you can deal that 4th damage.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, you don't need to do the damage in the first 2 turns. You know, you go for the board, and then when you got the chance, take that damage. Because 5-0 is so hard.
Yeah,
and it leaves room for Red Hawks. It leaves room for Jet Pistols. It leaves rooms for just the problem, you know.
The red player is going to have some good draws, so you need to kind of be protected along the way. And 5-0 is very hard to deal.
Absolutely. And, you know, a serial Luffy, I'm feeling like Red Hawks, it gravitates to that life, you know, man?
Both players are undefeated at this time.
They are.
I think we're going to see a really good back and forth.
I think so. I'm quite excited.
See
an
an 8-drop already. We see Nico Mamushi.
Ooh, Swag Nami coming down.
Okay. Not only... This guy needed the cereal.
He did. The
last piece of the puzzle there.
I wonder if we're going to see another manga Shanks. We saw one at the start of the day. Okay, we got Nico Robin off of the Nami. Okay, so Kid now has the knowledge that the Robin's in the hand. So we're going to be a little bit more cautious with our Beiges as a result of that.
Absolutely.
And we're going to see just the
Tap
slam
Nami.
the Bonnie.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That might turn the Nami sideways,
Probably.
too, giving the Kid player the access to just attack it.
Yep, and remove a potential threat.
Yep.
So we got a Bonnie, we got an 8-drop, we got a Law. We're going to go for the Bonnie.
Yep.
I like it.
This is just to bait the Luffy player into some attack.
Oh, absolutely. Also adding the Bonnie to hand, maybe the Luffy player will go for a Robin, a little bit more passive play, and give Kid some time to build some
There are 2Ks in the green player's hand as well. That's going to help.
Oh, absolutely. So we see the Nami turn sideways immediately. Go ahead and clean the Bonnie up. We got 5 at the leader, leave 3 open, possibly for Robin.
Do you take this, or do you counter out of this?
Ooh, that's a tough call. It kind of depends on if I have a play in my hand or not.
Gotcha. And so the player chose to take the damage there, but I think it's 5 life for as long as possible.
I'm looking at his hand. He doesn't really have a card to counter out very favorably. It's a lot of 2Ks.
2Ks and cards that he wants to play in the matchup.
And Okiku, and it looked like an 8-drop.
Yep.
There's definitely quite a bit of that. Ooh, okay. Second
Nami.
Swag Nami. Will we see Swag Nami get Swag Zoro?
I can only hope.
I can only hope too. So, Nami, again, such a powerful card. A 2K body. Look for Jet Pistol. Look for Zoro. Look for Luffy. Look for whatever you need. Most often,
or Luffy.
It feels like it. Yeah, it feels like that's what she does. But no, occasionally she will search something else, like a Jet Pistol, if you've played a Queen. Oh, there's the Jet Pistol.
You know, always a good tool to have, especially going into Kid players. Have access to 5.
Absolutely. And, you know, as the Kid... Bardo. That's interesting. So that is a blocker. A 2-3 blocker, I think. A 2-3 or a 2-2. And you put 2 Dawn on it, it becomes a 5K on your opponent's.
Okay.
Yeah, so plays around Robin. So very good in the mirror match because you can put 2 Dawn on it.
Absolutely.
And then that Robin, they're going to have to Otama.
And after seeing the breakdown a moment ago, that's actually a really good deck choice there.
Absolutely. I like it. I probably over Chopper because you can also counter with it.
Okay, so we're going to see if he made that choice over Chopper.
Yeah, I'd be very interested to see that. It's not as searchable, but you don't really want to search Chopper most of the time anyway.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
So we're going to see 5 at the leader. Now we do see Okiku and might play it to kind of bait that jet pistol, get the Luffy player to go ahead and kind of waste a resource and a turn essentially. And are we going to see the Momo or the Bonnie? We're going to see the Momo. Okay.
Momo. Well, it looks for Nico Mamushis, and on this battlefield, we actually have a lot of Nico targets, so that makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. Now he already has a Nico in hand. I also think that the Bonnie is more valuable.
Okay.
And so if I'm going to play a card and it might not make it through the turn cycle, I'd rather it be Momo.
Okay.
All right, so we're just going to see the
Jet
jet
pistol
pistol
on the
come
Okiku?
down. The Okiku. Okiku is very powerful.
That makes a lot of sense.
It does.
But that does make the 8-drop in hand a little bit safer.
It does, yes, and that's a great reason to do that. And we're going to see 6 at the leader, and
Counter
we're going to
out.
get out of that. Yep. Any
That-
6K, it's the easiest. It's the easiest
You're
2K.
holding the Apus. The Apus don't have like a home in this matchup.
They do not. All right, we do see a Chopper.
Okay, so we're
He's
playing both
very
blockers.
defensive. So
Yeah.
this could be more mid-range, and it's looking more mid-range.
Certainly, we expect to see Ben Beckman here.
Or Yasop.
Or Yasop.
Yes, certainly one of the
I
larger.
haven't seen a lot of Yasops recently.
Okay, so we're going to grab a Raizo, and it looks like we're losing double Beige and Basil and a cat off of that.
Those are kind of big deals, but he is saying I only need the one Nico Mamushi. I'd rather have something to hide behind drop. So we are kind of planning for that 8-drop turn.
Yep, absolutely. We're going to see a swing 5. Luffy takes it, doesn't even consider. Then we've got
All Raizo.
Raizo. Okay,
The Rizzler.
not bad. It's not bad. Now Luffy's board is filled with not really attackers, at least not at the moment. A lot of investment to attack with these cards. So I am quite curious what we're going to see here. Are we going to see a turn invested into a single character card? Could
From the Luffy player here, I really want to start.
I would like to see a little bit of pressure.
Got the
Yeah,
Namis. We're starting to.
we're giving
and-
Kid a lot of
And
time.
we've taken 2 damage already. We are kind of giving a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
We are morphing. Playing 7-drop. Playing 8-drop. Away from you so fast. So
Absolutely.
let's see what it does to kind of add pressure to this battle.
I mean, even Law. Like this is a 5K swing. You're very incentivized to just block with the Law.
A lot of don't as they probably because the law does feel really valuable on the battlefield. It's an attacker. Yeah, I mean on this board, you're gonna want to put Dom. Law is an excellent block.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you don't necessarily need to block with the Law. You can save it and see what happens.
Yep.
But now the Luffy player's gotten a card out of your hand. Now every attack could be a 6.
Okay, and we see 5-drop Luffy. That's the kind of pressure we want.
That is, absolutely. So we've got the leader effect. We haven't really seen the leader effect come up all that much yet. But now we've got leader effect and we swing 7. Okay, so 2 Dawn open. That to me looks like a Red Hawk. And that poor Raizo, if he does not equip a Dawn before swinging, then this is going to be
Well,
painful.
he'll get to draw the card first either way.
No, he needs a card tapped. He'll have to swing with Law first. Or play Bonnie.
Right, but we might see the Bonnie.
And we might. Bonnie would be a good one to play for
Bonnie,
sure.
And Bonnie's also a good target.
Bonnie is a great target for the Red Hawks. So, I mean, it's a win-win right now with
Right.
that Red Hawk.
So Raizo does feel a little awkward here. It's going to be an additional card in hand, and that's really.
Absolutely. As long as he puts a Dawn on it, it's also safe from Red Hawk. Because then it becomes a 5K. But if we just see like a leader swing right now, it could really, like the Luffy might just snap that Red Hawk down.
I want to clean up that 5-drop this.
Yes, that is probably target number 1. But 2 blockers,
We could also see
can Nico.
an untapped 8-drop here as well.
we could. A little scary.
But he does have a couple. Probably stop from dying following turn.
Absolutely.
Be able to push for a little bit. I don't think it's quite time yet, especially with the blockers on the options to it.
Okay, we saw he was about to attach 2 Dawn
Okay.
to the Raizo, but
we can swing
he's
for
going to
6.
Bonnie first. Yeah. So
Do
he
you want to draw the card?
was a step ahead, just a step ahead of himself there, but he caught it before the Raizo swung. And looks like a 7? No.
Punk Gibson.
Punk Gibson. Ooh. Very
More
nice.
event build rather than
Yes.
Beppo build. That makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. I like the Punk Gibson here. You have targets for days.
Oh, right. Like stacking up his hand. I'm gonna be able to. Oh,
Absolutely. Until the cows come home.
Until you.
Until the
Atomic
chickens
Jet
come to
Pistol
roost,
eventually.
as Chesko said to me yesterday for whatever reason. All right, so
Counting up Dawn.
quite a bit of Don. It looks like he wants to put 2 on the Raizo. So we can put 6 on the Luffy, draw 1 on our side, and the opponent loses a card.
It's a kind of like a
It's a-
+2 card
it
advantage.
is,
Very
yep.
strong there.
Very nice.
Your opponent has been trying to take their time, build up
Mhm.
resources. Kind of resources actually kind of in your favor.
It is.
Given how they've been playing.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. A +2 on that Raizo makes it
Mhm.
worth the deck slot. Yeah. And then we saw Nico Robin was used as the counter there.
and we have at least 1 killer in hand too. Kind of when we go for that 8-drop, it will be a very strong turn.
Very strong. Should be able to stabilize behind it, unless Otama Jet Pistol.
But you have kind of Atomic Jet Pistol is definitely powerful, but it also is a whole. And this is why kind of in this mid. You see the Atomic.
You did, yeah, and I'm going to make you pay for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You're at 3 life now. You really want to take your turn off like that. You might not have a choice,
It can be rough.
and I'm going to capitalize on it. That's kind of where the kid's trying to get to. And the Luffy not putting as much pressure in this early game really does give the kid an opportunity to capitalize. Okay, we see a 7 on a 6. Now,
Okay.
I'm not the biggest fan of 7 on 6. I like even on even and odd on odd.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to give your opponent value on 2K counters.
Okay. Possibly to be a little bit more efficient here. Counter out.
It looks like he might want to play a killer or save up for Punk Gibson, which, I mean, both of those are excellent. Doesn't really want to attack with the law, but if he's...
Okay.
See a swing on the law, and we're just going to block.
Problem there. That's what Chopper's for.
Yep, that's
Your
what Chopper's
battlefield's
for.
already kind of filled up. You're looking at possibly a really Beckman turn.
Mhm. All right, we see Nami clear Bonnie.
Yeah. makes a lot of
Absolutely.
sense.
Checks out. It's unfortunate that the Nami just wasn't cleared early.
Well, it is, but you know you've been able to establish characters.
Yeah.
The has been correct damage.
Okay, so now we see a 6K swing. So 6K swing on Raizo. Are we going to see a Punk Gibson here? Or is the Raizo just going to go down? The Raizo just goes down. He thought about the Punk Gibson before. Because Punk Gibson could tap down the Bardo and be very nice. But all that Don left up, I think that the Raizo can just go.
I mean, Rizo's already gotten a lot of value here.
Oh, yes, absolutely. +2 on that Raizo is more than you want. Like, it's just...
Another turn of the Luffy living doesn't seem. Time that survives, and we see Shanks
a
there.
manga.
Oh,
Shanks,
wow.
sir. Give respect where it's due. That's a manga, Shanks.
With a serial Luffy on the table, it is all respect.
It is expected, yes.
But the battlefield looks very strong for the Luffy side.
It does.
The 5-drop Luffy surviving already for a turn,
Mhm.
as well as the Mega Shakes there. Tough to deal with.
We see discipline, again, on the Luffy side.
Mhm.
Attack the law. Go after the law with the Shanks. We do see him counter out using the Punk Gibson and a Momo from hand, which is great.
Taps on the blockers. Now he's going to have some really clean attacks on the Luffy.
The Shanks on the board, too. I wonder, is it time to just suit up the kid and go after that board?
It
I don't know.
doesn't feel like it's time. You don't have enough attackers.
You're falling behind.
And I think the Luffy player does have enough attackers to kind of break through.
Oh, absolutely.
So that doesn't feel like the right.
Doesn't feel great. Still has
6
plenty
on
of
Luffy.
cards in hand.
Just trying to whittle down some resources for a very large leader attack on both Luffy and the Shanks. This makes a lot of sense.
Goes down, and
Okay.
you'd like to see that.
Yep.
Clearly, the Luffy player either has no counter power or wants to protect the Shanks.
Value the Shanks
Value the
really
Shanks,
highly.
yep. I do like that. I do like value the Shanks very highly.
So here,
because
you kind of got away with something, whereas I don't know that you should have been able to kill the loop that easily. So you could just say this is the perfect time for me to establish 8 drop.
yeah. Oh yeah, and it looks like that might be what's going down. Yeah, the kid player might be a little bit surprised that the Luffy went down so easily. So you could establish an 8-drop, swing on the Bardo.
You also get to put the killer into play for.
Now the Shanks doesn't care about the killer.
Of course not, but you do get to kind of protect your 8 drop.
Okay, we see 6 on the Bardo.
Makes a lot of sense. Let's clear up the board as much as we can.
Do you think 5 would have taken the Bardo out just as much?
Probably, but he might have had a
Nothing else
Don
to
left
do with
over.
the Don,
Yes.
yeah.
We don't see Capone in his hand, so it can be kind of tough to play that.
See a 7 drop.
Okay, we do see the Capone in his hand.
And a
There we go.
Capone. And 1 extra Don left.
Okay.
So that other Don could have just been used as a Punk Gibson bluff.
Do we see Paradise Waterfall in hand? We do
Not. No, it looks like
Okay.
double cat 8-drop killer, I believe,
Okay.
is the.
If you can survive the turn with this 7 drop in play,
Then you are good.
feel very strong. Playing the
Very
8 drop next
strong.
turn.
Luffy?
I like that he's kind of playing the game not super reliant on the 8 drop because I just kind of soft play around
He does.
Otama Jet Pistol.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he might Otama Jet Pistol the 7-drop.
Pay for the 8 drop.
Now, this is bait. Swing 5 is bait for that 7-drop to
Mhm.
attack
Correct.
because Shanks wants the 7-drop, not the law.
Yep.
Beautiful, beautiful play on Luffy's part there. I'm just going to turn my leader sideways. Let's see if he'll do it. Let's see if he'll take the free bait. Luffy has so many cards. I think I see a Jet Pistol, another Luffy 5-drop. Is that an Otama in the middle?
I believe so.
I believe that is an Otama Jet Pistol. That is concerning for the kid player,
Yes.
for sure.
Of course, he doesn't know that.
No, but
I mean, he kind of assumes there's a Jet
Yeah.
Pistol in that full grip there.
now, funny enough, Kid only has 3 cards left in hand. The one who's getting starved out in this matchup is the Kid.
Yeah, well, we've seen the Luffy player make some really efficient attacks.
Absolutely. Shanks, go ahead and clear out the law. You know, I can't convince my opponent to block with that 7-drop, so
Right.
I'm going to go ahead and do this.
And the attack on the law there and not trying to swing for life is the kind
So
of
smart.
discipline, especially when you have the
Yeah.
other 5-drop in your hand. Powerful.
Absolutely. And then we can do a damage with this Luffy if we want, or not.
We can just leave it untapped and say, hey, I've got a lot for next turn.
We could Otama Jet Pistol right now.
Right now.
Take the 7-drop out. Leave my opponent with a Capone and 3 cards in hand.
Okay, and let's go.
Yeah.
We're attacking.
Absolutely right. All right. Which 1 damage, sir. Kid player's like, yep, that is 1
Kid player
damage.
is looking for a bit more resources.
A little bit.
That attack there, they're happy to see that. Gives them a chance to fight back against the 5-drop as well as gain another card in hand.
Absolutely. And with this hand state, it's so hard to protect that 8-drop.
Yes.
That Shanks could just get big.
Oh yeah, very quick.
Like you could put 2 Don on the Shanks, go 12.
Shanks is
and that's
exactly
probably
what you want
big
to see
enough.
in this situation.
Absolutely. The Shanks surviving turn after turn.
Yes.
So much value.
You haven't seen Ben Beckman yet. I
We have
wonder if
not.
it's in his deck.
I'm not sure, but you see a Don on the 8-drop, go after the 6. That's
Very powerful.
very powerful.
mean,
The
this-
6 drops down.
7-drop is just proven itself time after time.
Yeah, or 5-drop Luffy, not 6K Luffy. Yep. Yeah, 7-drop Kid, very powerful card. And now, do we play this Kid? That's the question right now.
There is a Nico
There is a
Robin on the
Robin on the
table
board.
that we didn't see
Did
before.
not see that before. That's what he just played. Yeah, it
Okay.
was just a little bit off camera. So, interesting. Got Nico Robin clears that Beige for free.
Yeah, absolutely. And with a 5K attack, too, when your
Mhm.
opponent has only 3 cards in hand, I
Yep.
mean, that can feel quite brutal.
So very brutal. And
Weird.
an 8-drop here isn't great.
I'd see Nico Mamushi attack the Nico Robin here.
Yeah, Nico Mamushi, tap Robin, leader swing.
Leader
I
swing.
agree. You could easily go 7 on the Robin.
Probably will.
Probably. And if that fails, try again.
You do have the killer in hand still, so you can kind of trip up the Shanks a little bit.
No, you can't. You cannot trip up the Shanks. Unfortunately,
You can trip
Shanks
up the
is
leader swing,
untrippable.
though.
Yes.
Shanks is such an excellent swordsman, he can't fall over.
Cannot be tripped. Yes. All right, we see a 5 swing. Uh-oh. Oh, no. What is it? What is it? Oh,
the jet
the
pistol.
free jet pistol.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, that was all value that Nico Robin was going to get anyways.
It was, but now the kid player can't play the killer.
Right. Definitely hurts, but there's not a lot he could have done about that.
Yeah. So we're gonna see a tap 8 here for the big guy. Nope, a second 7 drop.
Or 7
Ooh.
drops. Okay.
All
So
right.
it does kind of feel like he's not going to die on his turn.
That's yes. He's got some survivability. That's for sure. Then we're gonna go for Bonnie.
Tap Bonnie. Looking for more 2Ks. Looking for Law as well.
Couple too many. There we go. All right. I don't know what he's looking for right now. It's got to be a poo.
I think
It's got to be a 2K.
just more cards in his hand.
Yeah,
Oh no.
a poo. I think that's an excellent find, honestly. Yeah. If I'm the kid player here, I'm not mad about that. No, probably best case scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a free 2K there. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Absolutely. You traded a 1K for a 2K.
That's right. And possibly an attack from one of the characters that might have been attacking your life this turn.
Well, the Robin's probably going to clear the Bonnie for free. 7 drops is a bit frustrating for the Luffy to deal with, though. We're going to try and bait one.
Yeah. I mean, the 5K swing here looks beautiful.
It does.
Pressures his hand.
Yep.
And really, when you're staring down 2 7Ks, just getting a little cheeky with your 5K attacks.
Matters. Oh, no.
Second
Oh,
Shanks.
no. Second
Oh,
manga
no.
Shanks, sir. Second manga Shanks.
Okay.
The board is worth so much.
The board is just so beautiful.
It is. Double Nami, double manga Shanks, and the serial Luffy.
We are here in beautiful Miami, Florida,
We
so it
are.
is excellent to see this kind of action.
Yes, it is. All right, so we've got Shanks swing, deal a damage. Shanks swing, deal a damage. And we see Luffy is just, it's time.
Oh, yes.
So
I mean,
far
your
ahead.
opponent just took those too, so
Yep.
you feel
Now,
pretty confident.
Luffy could be in a bad situation, though. Kid is technically representing lethal right now. You could go double 9s, and then that leaves you with
We see one jet pistol in hand,
6.
so we know at least one of the cards in his hand does not
Yeah.
counter.
You could go double 9, double 8.
Okay.
And then you have to hit with at least 3 of those 4. Double 9, double 8 is
I do
pretty
think There's a
good.
good chance of that happening.
I do. I think so.
So let's see if he sees that line.
Yep. Okay, so we got, you put 3 Don on leader, 2 Don on kid, 2 Don on kid, 3 Don on your, 3 Don for your leader effect.
But you can take it a little bit one at a time. You put one Don here on your 7 drop.
Yeah.
And we're also hoping to dodge Red Hawks out of the life. We haven't seen any Red Hawks played from our opponent's hand this game.
Yeah.
But we are
So-
kind of hoping not to see it right now.
So leader swing first is what you're saying.
Oh man, that's
Because the Red Hawk would turn 2 attacks off if it hits the leader now.
very
I think
true.
the leader is the thing that has to attack first.
A 7K attack here.
All right, that means that the leader can be a 10K.
Leader can be a little bit stronger.
Yep. It might not have to be stronger either if you get 2 cards out of the Luffy's hand. Okay, no Red Hawk.
That is a counter power though.
That is an Otama. Otama's very good.
Is that two Otamas in his hand?
That is 2 Otamas in his
Okay,
hand.
so we do have the 10K to get out of one of the attacks.
We get to 9K. We have 1 jet pistol, and I'm not sure what the 4th card is.
Leave it counters though.
Oh, that's what matters. So we're gonna see
A 9K attack
9K
here.
attack here. And we've got 2
Makes sense.
10s. Yeah,
Two
we got a
10s.
9, 2 10s.
Makes a lot of sense.
All right.
And
Well,
that might just be it. We'll
put
see
your
what-
opponent on gotta have it. Is it a Red Hawk in your life?
Is it a Red Hawk?
I still think the leader could have swung first in some degree here to play around that Red Hawk. We'll see if there's a punish or not.
Well, that does give you more cards in hand to kind of counter out of the 7Ks.
It does. It does. But if you know you can't get out of it, you kind of play to your outs, right?
We're kind of saying, should I counter out of this or not?
We are. This is a 9. It would take 3 cards out of hand to
Cards,
counter
and then
out
you're
of.
looking at two leader swings when you only have 1 card in your hand, and
Yeah,
that,
and
that
that's
is terrifying.
then you're really crossing your fingers that life
It's
is
Red Hawk.
Otama or Red Hawk, yeah. And it is Ben Beckman.
Ben
We found
Beckman.
him.
Found the Ben Beckman.
All right. Well,
Not where you wanted to see him.
not where you want to see him at all. We've got 10K leader swing twice, and if Frankie's Radical Beam, that was the 4th card.
Whoa, okay, radical beam
Oh,
there.
I still don't think that's enough. It would have to be 3 2Ks,
Let's go. All right, we're gonna see.
and it's not.
okay.
Oh
we see
my
the fist bump there.
goodness.
So Green Kid takes it.
Wow, Green Kid takes it. That was a great game.
That was a great game on
That
both
was.
sides. I mean, at many times there, the Luffy player was tightly controlled.
Yeah, and that's why you never count Kid out.
That's right.
That is the exact reason you never count Kid out.
At all times, you're just playing the game with a 9K rusher that can attack twice. So, I mean,
Yep. Establish 2 7-drops, and if your opponent can't take you down, they're coming after you.
7-drop Kid
Beautiful.
is just a resource goblet. I mean,
Absolutely.
he can attack, get some resource out of your opponent's hand, and then you still have a huge blocker that kind of forces your opponent to make certain attacks.
Yeah.
It was very smart. All the 5K swings from the leader there, just saying, come on, block me, so that I can take down the 7-drop. And the Kid players, a lot of control there, just saying, no, thank you. I'll have none of that. I'll just draw the cards.
Absolutely, and that's why he was trying to bait those 7-drops. I really need you to block this. Then I've got 2 Shanks on the board. Please block one. Please block one, because the Kid was representing lethal. And there's just not much you can do except hope that Red Hawk's in your life.
All right.
And ultimately, that was great. That was a very great showing of Kid versus Luffy. We got to see a lot of manga Shanks. We got to see a serial Luffy. You love to see it.